Welcome to Let's Make Millions. We just had a great episode with our buddy Mike down in Ox Care in Orange County.
We did. Mike has a great story.
Yeah, serial entrepreneur. The thread through a lot of entrepreneurs is you got to learn how to sell early. And I think that's a successful trait of a lot of entrepreneurs. And Mike started selling ads in a bull magazine, a bull riding magazine.
Down in Orange County, California, he's selling ads for a bull magazine. There's no bulls in Orange County, and he's selling it.
Yeah, and he moved from there to other businesses that he built and sold, and now he's a client of ours, Ox Car Care. We just got done with some new creatives. We're going to talk all about that, power of television, how he became a success, and it was a really good episode. I think it's for any young entrepreneurs out there, it's something really good to watch.
Yeah, I think that it just shows you that you start a business, they don't all work. And you some of them work, some don't. You fall, you get back up.
Yep.
Testament to Mike.
Yeah, very much so. And as part of Let's Make Millions, we also have Let's Give Millions. It's not just about making money, it's about helping other people as well. And we donate to a charity of choice for our guests. And Mike and his mom and his family support Equine Empowered Therapy, which is a charity in Costa Mesa, California, that uses the therapeutic nature of horses. I guess they have like a sixth sense that feeds off of people and calms them down and gets them through trauma. And this is for post-traumatic syndrome, for helping reintegrate veterans back into society that have been in war, been through the military, and experienced some trauma.
I love it.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Good. All right. Stay tuned. There's some really good stuff, especially if you're a young entrepreneur.
This is a shakedown, and you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. So good, so fresh.
Welcome to Let's Make Millions. On today's episode, we're sitting with Mike Mardaresco from Ox Car Care, Bill Raymond, managing partner, Canela Media here on the West Coast. Welcome, Mike.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Yeah. So you were dirt biking today.
I was riding a little bit of dirt biking today.
Where do you do that?
I ride all over the place. Glen Helen, Paula, Paris, Cahuilla, you name it, I ride it.
We've talked about this. I rode bikes when I was a kid. It's just like a very meditative space.
Yeah.
Get out there, lose yourself.
It's good for the mind. It washes all my stress away for the time being. Granted, it all comes back as soon as you get in the van, but while you're out there, nothing else matters.
It can fuck up your body, though.
It definitely doesn't feel so good. I've got every joint, ligament issue there is known to man, but it's worth it.
But you're young. You can handle it. You're probably the youngest guest we've had for sure, and maybe the youngest we'll have.
Probably.
Yeah. Serial entrepreneur.
Handsome guy.
Very handsome
guy. Living dangerous.
As limited as possible now with the kids.
Yeah. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in South Orange County, Mission Viejo area.
Orange County your whole life then? You're still there?
My whole life. Haven't left. I moved north a little bit, close to the beach, even though I don't surf like Bill. Never surfed, actually. Petrified of sharks.
Okay.
And, I love it. I love California, and just trying to enjoy myself, live with my family.
All right. So let's go back. Where'd you go to high school? How'd you get into business? How'd you, because I know you didn't, Ox Car Care, which we know you from, is not where you started as an entrepreneur.
No, it's actually the most recent. I went to high school at Aliso Niguel High School. Roughly maybe 6 months out of high school, I had no idea what I was going to do with my life. Yeah. My family, my brother-in-law, especially Eric, all thought I was going to live with them in the basement my whole life. And I just knew one thing, that I didn't want to depend on anybody, and I wanted to be successful. So I just hit the streets and started making things happen.
So what was the first gig?
Well, let's see here. I've worked so many jobs. I've worked at a car wash. I've worked at selling, dent repair or paintless dent removal. I worked at one of my favorite jobs that I did pretty well at was I sold ad space in a bull riding magazine. That's right, a bull riding magazine. And it was a friend of my mom's. He had this company, and it was just starting to take off. It was called Bullpen Magazine. And I didn't know anything about it.
Where's that out of, like Wyoming? Or?
No, it was right here out of Costa Mesa.
Okay.
That's Orange County area. And
No, it's so funny is when you drive into Orange County, right? When you're on the 55, I always remember seeing that like old Western store. You know what I'm talking about? Like
the Boot Barn.
Yeah, and I go, why in the hell is this in
No,
Orange
you're thinking
County?
of Grant's.
On the left-hand side. Like
Yeah,
if you
when you're
drive
getting
anyway,
in, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, Grant's for Guns. They just closed,
Yes,
actually.
yeah, Grants for Guns.
They just closed not too long ago. So
who are you selling to?
I was selling to farms, whatever you call. I can't remember exactly, but just these farms that were raising bulls. Okay. It was the most bizarre thing. I knew nothing about bull riding. I knew nothing about anything. I was maybe 18 years old, so I didn't know much, but I did know that I was pretty good at talking and that I could sell things. So I started selling for Bullpen Magazine. Ended up, I believe, increasing revenue my first month 300% in ad sales. And I sat to myself thinking, well, I'm kind of good at this. I could do this. And continued increasing, I don't think 300%, but increasing. And then it was the bull riding finals in Vegas. So they put out this one special, magazine. So I was like, okay, this is it. I'm going to crush it. Like, I'm going to smash every record. I'm going to sell every fucking page on this magazine. I don't care. We're going to add more pages of this magazine. And I went in I was like a month straight. I didn't take breaks. I didn't drink water. I didn't go to the bathroom. I called every single bull farm, everybody from Boot Barn to, Cindy in Gulfport, Mississippi, just, having a couple bulls. And I think I ended up adding about 25 pages of the magazine because I sold it out and just obliterated every, revenue record that company has ever had. And then I left.
And I bet you had a good time in Vegas.
I didn't. I didn't even go. I was still, 18 or 19, however old I was. I was young. I didn't do anything fun in Vegas, but I left and I knew that I could at least sell things.
Yeah.
So if I could sell things, I could probably, make money somehow.
It's pretty funny because that's a thread through a lot of entrepreneurs. You sold carpet cleaning. I sold telemarketing outbound. And, I think if you learn to sell, you get over fear like that. It's like you get over rejection immediately, right? Like,
sure.
People tell you no left and right. I don't care. Hang up. Next person.
Yeah, next person. There's always another person.
So I think you'll learn early on. If you sell early on, you get over yourself pretty quickly.
You can fall and get right back up.
Yeah.
How old were you with your first job?
Well, my parents had a janitorial company, and my dad is an immigrant. So he came over here playing pro soccer from Romania in, I don't know, the 70s at some point. So he raised us with just a gnarly, hard attitude. You work, I don't care, there's no pain, you're not sick, there's no days off. So we were working, my sisters and I, as young kids for their janitorial company, like 1, 2 in the morning, steam cleaning floors, sweeping, what have you. That, I don't know, I was maybe 8 or 9 years old, and it was 9 o'clock at night. My dad was like, all right, well, get up, you gotta go clean. I'm like, well, what the hell, man, I'm trying to sleep. So we just figured it out that there's no free lunch. So that was my first job. Not that I got paid, bastard, but that was my first, I guess, job.
So what'd you do after the bull riding magazine?
So the bull riding magazine, I left that job. I figured that there was definitely a ceiling there, and I didn't want to be I didn't want to be stuck there. Not that it was bad. It just, I felt that I could take my talent somewhere else. I ended up somehow getting into the wheel business, doing wholesale wheels and tires for dealerships. Mm. And that was a pretty fun business. I love cars. I have a crazy passion for cars. And I hit the streets again and just got a bunch of dealerships. I started out with one used car dealer that turned into, I believe at my peak, I had 12 or 15 dealerships that would buy all their, their showroom cars and their dress-up cars from us. And we did that for about 5 years.
Yeah.
and that was fun. The business tanked, and I ended up spending all the money that I made. And, back to square one after that.
Yeah.
After that was back to square one.
So selling tires fails.
Yes.
Was that economic turndown, or was it just mismanagement, or?
It was a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily blame anything or anyone for my screw ups, so I guess I'll just take full accountability for it. I was under the impression that revenue was profit.
Yeah.
That
happens.
I was a young kid, didn't have a whole lot of experience. So between that and just the car industry at the time, I want to say it was 2008 or 2009, I believe.
When the market crashed.
Yeah, just no one was buying the cars,
Yeah.
right? I mean, it was really easy to go in 06, 07, it was really easy to go in and say, okay, there's this base model car for $30,000, but
Yeah.
there's $5,000 worth of wheels and tires and some accessories, etc. $10,000 and finance the whole boat. And that's how I made my money, because I would sell them the wheels and tires and whatnot, and then they would just finance it, and the customer didn't have to come out of pocket. And when that dried up, the business dried up.
Yeah.
I ended up getting screwed over by some of our customers, and yeah, that left me kind of nowhere.
So you get into call center business, like inbound call center, running it, being part of it, and you're back to answering calls.
Yeah, no, I met a guy. That sounds weird.
I met a guy.
I met a guy, and he was big in the call center business, actually in the warranty space, ironically enough. And I went and saw his operation. And
in the automotive warranty space.
Correct.
Okay.
And I was mind blown. I walked through there, and I'm just in love. Like, wow, this is a real call center. You got the TV screens going. You got
Energy.
You got the reps standing up, and this was years ago, 08, whatever year it is, a long time ago. So it was more like the Wild West back then.
Right.
And, it was so fun, and I just thought to myself, I'm in. I'm in. So I spent weeks with this guy. I'd go to the office all the time and just pick his brain and learn and walk around the facility. And then I thought to myself, well, I could do this. This is a piece of cake. I could do it. And as usual, I was wrong. It wasn't a piece of cake, but I could do it. So I started my own deal. It was small. It was well, I was looking for an office, so I was interviewing at Starbucks, and, and shout out Starbucks. And at first I hired 2 people, and we just started generating leads. And at the time, it was debt settlement and auto warranty.
And how were the leads coming in? How were you running
We're just
creative?
cold calling.
You're just outbound cold calling.
Outbound cold calling.
And just calling people up, trying to generate leads, and then selling those leads off.
Correct. And that was it.
Where did you buy those leads from?
You would just buy lists.
Okay.
So you'd buy a list. There's thousands of list aggregators that you could buy lists from, and
So it's you and another guy, you and your butt.
two guys.
And,
Big operation.
And you're just literally outbounding
Correct.
lists, and just did you write the script?
Yeah, I wrote
you
the
could
script
sell
because I knew a catchy intro.
Yep.
And then it was real simple. All you got to do is catch them on the intro, ask them some qualifying questions, and be done. You send them off. You sell the lead, and you're done. So to me, piece of cake. I mean, how could we not do that? So we started doing it, and we got pretty good at it. I think our first order was something along the lines of 25 leads a day. It was nothing, not a lot. $20 a lead, $500 a day worth of revenue. And we started kind of figuring it out slowly but surely. Got some more clients.
Mm-hmm.
The debt settlement business was picking up. The auto warranty business was, real shaky, but the debt settlement business was big.
I'm sure at that time it was because people just came out the crash.
What is this? 2009, 10, somewhere in there, level.
So this was 2009. I believe it was 2009.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but right around there. And we started selling the leads and getting bigger, more customers. And then I thought to myself, I had this epiphany. Well, I'm making money selling Rob the lead.
Mm-hmm.
Rob is able to buy it at my markup and sell the product and make money, but he needs me to sell his product. So why don't I just do the whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
It makes more sense to just do the whole thing. And I started learning the debt settlement business, just getting involved in the debt settlement business and understanding it, learning it, talking to people. And then I started selling it. I started selling it myself while still running the lead operation. And as I started slowly figuring it out, I was like, this is a piece of cake. We just script, process, simple.
Yeah. And so you're processing the debt settlements too?
Correct. So
Okay.
what we would do is we would sell it, and then we would have a fulfillment company fulfill all the, the servicing of it.
Gotcha.
And,
Okay.
and we would just be a sales organization.
So you're selling it off to them.
Correct.
Okay.
So we did that for a period of time. It was a business that I wasn't extremely keen on, and along comes the alarm opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And I think to myself, this is a no-brainer again, because I have a system in place. I have a process. Now it's just cycling out the product.
And at this time, you have a more viable company, so to speak. You've got employees.
Yeah, we have
You've got a
decent-sized
floor
staff.
of people that you're training on how to outbound sell
Correct.
and inbound sell, I guess.
And again, it was a very simple thing, because it's, in my opinion, every business is a process. The product is irrelevant. It's just the process. So whether it be debt settlement, auto warranty, or home alarms, it's all a similar thing. And we started the home alarm business, and that really took off. That was a fun business. It was an interesting business, a lot of moving parts, but that business really grew, and that was my first real large company.
Yeah.
And where did you meet the person that got you into the home alarm side of the business? Was this someone you knew, or was it?
So the call center world in Orange County is, as small as a marble. Everybody knows everybody, and every product channels through the same lead providers, et cetera. So, everybody has a great idea. Well, let's do alarms, let's do warranties, let's do debt, et cetera. Everybody knows the back end. Everybody knows all the list providers. So it's pretty easy to kind of maneuver and dance around and shift industries within the call center world, because everybody knows everything and everybody. So that's how I got in the alarms. I just went to a contact of mine and, said, I know a lot of people are blowing up on this.
And when you're selling those alarm leads off, is it for brand name alarm companies, agnostic to them, or was it specific to, or was it your own alarms?
Well, we weren't selling the leads in the alarm, because at this point we had already developed a system where we could sell our own product and manage it.
Gotcha.
So at this point we had a monitoring company, which was Monotronics, but we were actually selling and fulfilling the alarm.
Installing?
Yes. Well, at first we hired a third-party installation company, and then we eventually had, I want to say, 45 technicians across the country
No
installing.
kidding. So you started out, and it was your product, or did you source the product from a third party as well?
With the product at the time were we selling 2 gig, or I can't remember the exact, I think it was a 2 gig panel, right? And then, you have all the sensors and whatnot. That was the product. The monitoring station was who monitors you, and we were just the front company that goes and installs it and then handles the customer service.
Yeah, and the inbound monitoring company probably handles 4 or 5 different alarm companies.
Correct.
It's really just on demand 24/7, so I know I can go somewhere.
Correct.
It's reliable. Okay. That's amazing. And then so now you have this fully viable, at that point, then technicians, inbound, outbound, source product. Do you have a brand name for the alarm company?
Yeah, we were Secure One Systems.
Secure One Systems. And you were selling in just Orange County?
No, we were nationwide. I think we were out of like 10 states. That's
10
it.
states.
We're in 40. We were operating in 40 states, and we didn't have licenses or techs in about 10.
Okay.
And were you not in those 10 states for a reason? Because there's not good states to sell in because of
I believe it was
regulation?
licensing regulations, and then there was just a real pain in the butt to get the technicians, because you got to think, when you're marketing this, you have to market by zip code. Because if I have, I'm in 92648 zip code. So if that's where I'm a technician, I'm not going to drive all the way to Bakersfield, right, to go install an alarm. So we had to really, really hone in on the marketing so our technicians could service it. And if it's really difficult to get, 2 technicians in Montana, then we're just not going to go there, because there's enough other,
Makes sense.
homeowners around the United States that we can market to.
So that business grows.
Yes.
You're not in that business anymore. What happened?
It grows. We do really well. A little bit shaky. Kind of on the outs. I kept a lot of the contracts, and what I ended up doing was just selling off my entire book of business for a lump sum and exiting it.
Yeah. And how old are you at that time?
30.
30 years old.
So at 30 years old, you now have started 3 companies?
3, yeah.
It just shows you, right? So, start a company, learn a lot, make some money, maybe fail a little bit, but get back up, start another company, learn more, get out of that one, start another one. So up and down.
Yeah,
ton.
it's a roller coaster.
Oh,
It's
we know.
it's a journey. The destination is a journey, and it's one hell of a journey. It's wild.
So auto alarm company, then you get into automotive, right?
Yes.
Okay. So walk down that path.
Kind of a direct transition. It was probably the easiest transition because it was such a similar process. I mean, very, very similar. I didn't know a lot about the warranty business other than I sold leads for it years prior. I knew that the reputation it had was not so great and that it was a really difficult sell.
Yeah. And it still has a difficult reputation today, right? Because there's a lot of direct mail. There's a lot of outbound. There's a lot of customer touch trying to get,
Well, the problem with the automotive space is everybody qualifies, right? You just have to have a car.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 300 something million Americans. You could call all of them and you could say your warranty's expired.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what happened. People just get blown up. I mean, I get 4, 5, 6 calls a day about my warranty that isn't expired, that's expired. So it got a really negative, a real negative just business because of all the bad actors in it, just dialing and then sending, a mail piece to you that says Toyota or Ford or whatever it is when they're not Toyota or Ford. And, it just became muddy. Hopefully that cleans up soon enough. But getting into it was overcoming that obstacle, which wasn't too difficult. I mean, if somebody's on the phone with you, they're obviously interested enough. But the sell is very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
The product itself is difficult to sell.
But you took a different approach. You took a different approach than the standard aftermarket auto warranty company, in the sense that you're much more vertical.
Yes. I mean, that was years down the road.
Okay.
So at first I didn't know the business. How we started it was we just sold someone's product. We just sold their warranty, and we were just sales reps getting the commission.
And were you doing that via mail, digital, radio?
We started with telemarketing, then we migrated to direct mail and digital. And we were selling the product, understanding the product. Actually, I sold the first 500 contracts because I wanted to know how to really sell it. Everyone was saying how difficult it was to sell an auto warranty. And I was like, okay, well,
Let me try.
Let's see how difficult it really is.
I've sold ads in a Bull magazine.
Yeah. Listen, if I could sell a farmer a 2-page spread in a Bull magazine, I could sell someone a damn auto warranty. I mean, give me a break.
Who was doing your marketing material? Who was doing the ad copy and all of that? Were you creating all of that?
Well, I created the scripts for the outbound telemarketing. As far as the mail, we just had a mail house that was pretty robust in the industry and understood the product. So they did that. And then digital, we partnered up with a big digital partner that was a huge insurance lead provider. Mm-hmm. So that's how we handled all of our marketing. And we start selling this product. It's a good product. Things are going well. We're doing well. We're understanding the business. And as we're selling and growing and taking on all these customer service calls and starting to really understand the wants and needs of the consumers, I thought to myself again with my genius ideas, why don't we do this all by ourselves, right? Why are we selling somebody else's product when we could be the product?
Yeah.
I mean, how hard can that be, right? It's not like it's going to take me 3.5 years and get licensed in all 50 states, which is exactly what it took.
Yeah.
So we beat the streets to become our own admin to have our own product. So we can offer our product and take you front to back as a consumer. You never have to be passed on to any third-party company.
You service the warranty.
Now we do,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So we built out that brand, which was extremely onerous, but it was a very rewarding.
And it's a total differentiator in your industry.
There's only one other company that does it.
Yeah, and we were not going to name them.
Yeah.
So when I call you, I get a warranty with you. I'm calling you back when I have an issue with my car, and
Correct.
you're servicing that entire warranty.
When you have a claim, when you have a payment concern, when you have just a simple question, you only talk to us and us only.
How'd you come up with the name Ox Car Care? And was it Ox Car Care at that point, or
Yes,
always?
it's been since we launched it in 2015.
Okay.
And God, I hope she doesn't hear this. My sister actually came up with it, and I'm never going to hear the end of it. She came
Wait,
up with
which one?
Adriana.
Okay.
She came up with the logo too, and gosh, yeah. Can we cut that part out?
Yeah, man. No.
No.
She gets all the credit. So Ox Car Care, now you're a full-blown vertical, basically automotive warranty company. You're not on TV yet, really. At that point, you
Correct.
started in direct mail, outbound lists.
We were really heavy
digital.
in digital at the time.
Yeah, and digital is a very commoditized space for pretty much any lead generation business.
Correct.
Like you're eating each other's lunch, buying
All day,
search
every
words
day.
all day, every day. So
Yes.
you're really relying on how good are your guys selling.
And
or
it's
girls.
not even that for that matter, because I buy a lead from you, 30-day exclusive, let's call it, right? And it's $25. Well, then they sell it to Bill and 9 other people 30 days thereafter for a fraction of the price. Well, he could offer a way better price than me,
Yeah.
because I had to pay for that premium lead. And it was just a disaster. I mean, customers calling back, well, I got a better price here, so we lower the price. Well, I got a better price there. And it just turned into a whirlwind of hell.
Yeah.
And so we saw you on TV. So we saw that you had a new spot. And I told my guys, I'm like, call you. And Ben called you.
Ben, yes.
Ben. And Ben got a hold of you. And we came down and met in person. And
I remember it was you, Ben, and
me, Ben,
Al,
Al,
and
Ellie.
and Ellie. Yeah.
Ellie. And that was about a year and a half ago.
I feel like maybe, yeah. I feel
Right
like it was
around
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was longer than that because we were golfing at PDMI.
Yeah. You're right. And so.
By the way, I kicked Bill's ass golfing.
No, it's not
Come
hard.
on
It's not
now.
hard to do.
Come on.
But he does have 2 holes in one. Two
Two.
hole in one.
2. And I do suck, but I got 2 hole in ones.
Yeah, I have none.
Exactly.
That's
So you were with another agency before.
correct.
And then we convinced you to come on board with us. And what are your thoughts on the lead gens that come from TV?
I think that TV lead gen is exceptionally unique. I think you have to completely rebrand yourself as an organization once you jump on TV or radio, especially in this industry, which has been known for a very aggressive, one call close industry and I can't stand it. We never used it with the, you can't call us back type thing. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't call us back. Well, you could call us back if you're a customer. It's just stupid. So with advertising on TV, well, they know they could call you back because they're going to see you in 5 minutes or they're going to see your competitor in 5 minutes. So they know they could call you back. It's just about making them understand that they're making a good choice today and not waiting because...
So you're talking about a sales tactic,
Correct.
so to speak, a marketing tactic to say, look, put the pressure on, let's make this decision. Don't leave the showroom floor kind of a thing. Like, let's get this deal done today. Now you're saying with television, it's ubiquitous. Your ads are all over the place.
Yeah, so
we're
they
spending hundreds of thousands of dollars a week promoting Ox Care. And so I see that 800 number every day. I know I can call you anytime I want.
Sure,
I don't have to
and
make
get
that
the same
decision,
price
right?
in theory,
Yep.
right?
Yeah. So, which makes for a healthier sales process, probably.
I think it makes for a more transparent sales process, and I think it gives us a much better look and feel to the consumer. And we don't push them. My thing is this: you're usually not going to call health insurance when you're on the operating table about to go under, right? Mm-hmm. You're going to want to protect yourself prior to that, and that's the same thing with your car. I mean, sure, it may not break down. I don't know. If I had a crystal ball or was a psychic, I would have hit that $2 billion jackpot. So protect yourself now because that money's not going to go to waste. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
You're going to see the doctor as a human being. You're going to get sick. It's just going to happen. So your vehicle is going to have issues.
Yep.
Whether you protect it now could be the difference between my company paying $5,000 on your behalf or you paying it on your behalf.
Yeah. So you had to iterate that inbound script for TV. It's a little bit different than
Totally changed.
all the other stuff. Okay.
Totally changed.
And the television lead, because you get a little bit more time to explain it, is it more qualified or not? Same.
I think it's much more interested. The qualification is all over the place because anybody can call in. You know, you
Gotcha.
could call in if you have
It's anybody with a car.
a 66 Caddy.
Yeah.
We don't cover 66 Caddy. So it may be a little bit less qualified in the sense of can we cover it, but it's much more qualified as an interested lead.
Yeah, they're educated. They understand what they're calling for.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And you so have done extremely well with this. You've sold probably I think it's over 1 million policies at this point.
We're right in that zone. We're
Yeah.
right in that zone.
It's incredible.
I don't know exactly the number, but I'd like, now that you guys
We should
mentioned
look
I'd
it
like
up.
to, I'd like to look
It's
it
up
up.
there. It's
Yeah.
it's a lot of people.
It's
You've serviced a lot of claims as well.
Lots of claims.
Millions of dollars worth of claims.
Tens of millions of
Tens
dollars.
millions. Okay.
More.
That's incredible.
Yeah, probably
Nice work.
in the $100 million range.
Yeah.
awesome.
And we just got done with you. We just got done over at Brandstar down in Florida, redoing the creatives, coming out with some new spots, freshen them up. And we just watched one. Looks incredible.
Love it.
You didn't want to be in it, from what I understand. Somebody said the owner should be in it. And you're like, I don't know if I want to get on TV.
I don't necessarily think that I do or don't want to get on TV. I just don't. I don't know if I'm who our consumer wants to see.
Okay.
And I'm not important. They're important.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, your mom was in it.
Yeah.
And
She's
your mom,
important.
Your mom did a great job. She was very natural at it, and we're going to be testing that new
Don't tell her.
creative
Tell her
soon.
she did terrible.
So she did great.
She thinks that she's the new Michelle Pfeiffer.
So the spots look good. Brandstar did a great job. Scripts were fantastic. You have some testimonials from people that are OxCare clients, like
Susan.
Sue. That is
Susan.
just unbelievable.
Amazing.
And that is so key to good direct response creative, right? Because emotion, being genuine, it comes across on film. Like
Sure.
if something's scripted, if a testimonial is bullshit. And you have some really good testimonials, Sue in particular, which we were just watching. We were all
She
just
did
sitting there
great,
going,
yeah.
we were like, oh my gosh, she's in a lot of this commercial. And at the end of the day, we netted out. And after watching the not even the rough cut, basically the finished spot, we're like, leave it like it is, even though she's in there a lot, because she's so real. She's relatable. She's honest. And that's what you need to see in yourself when you watch direct response. You want to see somebody that you can relate to and go, oh, that's me. I trust this person I'm going to call because
Sure.
they've had a real experience. And so that's a testament to your product for sure.
Well, it makes us happy as a brand that a customer of ours, and multiple for that matter, are so willing to go and put their name and face on TV and rep us. I mean, that means a lot to me because my people are doing their job.
Yeah, and they're not getting anything out of it, right? These people are just, I'm going to be on TV just telling
good.
you about bestow the benefits of this company. That's good stuff.
Yeah, it's a
And-
good feeling.
And with the increased leads that have been pushed your way, you now have expanded offices.
We have. We've expanded a lot and fast. It's
It's awesome.
yeah, it's been a challenge, but a fun challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're now in 4 states. We're in California, St. Louis, Florida, and Jersey is our most recent addition.
Well, that's congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You've done an incredible job. Serial entrepreneur. I can't wait to see what we have going on in the next year or two. I know we've talked about some bigger picture stuff with you, and it's great to see your success and the growth of this company. Proud to have you as a client.
Yeah, we want to be number one. That's our goal. That's always been my goal in anything that I do, whether it be you guys' number one client or the number one auto warranty brand in the country. That's what we're aiming for.
Well, it's been a lot of fun watching you grow with us, and we are excited to see where we can take this with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, man. It's good having you.
Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah, let's go get some dinner.
All right, let's eat.
So